How you going, guys? I am Michael. This is TCG Reality. I started this page just with the interest of seeing collecting cards. What does it really look like? Online, we see a lot of hits. We see a lot of crazy deals. We see a lot of people opening free products, so it's just profit, profit, profit. But what does it look like for you and me? And not necessarily what does it look like in Pokemon, but just what does it look like in cards in general. Because I don't know about you, but I like the gambling aspect. I like the collectability aspect. It ticks a lot of boxes for me. So over the past 30 days, I've been pulling packs from Final Fantasy trading card game Hidden Hope. We had 36 packs in here. I picked it up for 140 US. Even though I'm Australian, I will be referring to everything in US just because that's where the prices are when you're looking at things. And this is what's left over. That's all our bulk in there. So, if you like cards, and if you like numbers, and you like a little bit of rudimentary math, you're going to like what comes next. So let's have a look at what we actually got in that box. So now that I've shrunken down into the corner, we can have a look at the numbers. So in a box of Final Fantasy Hidden Hope, there are 36 packs. In each pack, there are 12 cards, which leaves us with, unless my math is mistaken, 432 cards. Now, you might wonder, what does it look like after you've opened them all? Well, 377 cards are considered bulk. Now, what do I consider a bulk card? Anything that is worth less than $1 and anything that is also a non-foil. So, 377 is 87.2% of our cards. Now, obviously, 87.2% of our cards, even when the lowest card in here is worth 8 cents, is still going to make up a significant amount of the quote unquote value that we pulled out of this box. It's also going to be hard to sell. So when we're looking at numbers, we will be looking at the numbers of all the bulk cards and everything else included, but important to just keep that in mind. We probably wouldn't be able to move this on if we wanted to. Now, we also had 49 cards that we ended up sleeving, which you can see some of on screen right now. So those 49 cards, they're 11.4% of the cards that we got. Now, why did I sleeve some cards? I sleeved cards if they were worth more than $1 or a foil. So the way Final Fantasy trading card games works, foil prices are kind of hard to judge, but it is estimated that they do drive the price up by 15 to 20%. Keep that number in mind. We will be talking about it later. So here are the cards that we ended up sleeving. That's a bit of a ring light. That's not. Oh, yeah. I'm just hitting things now. Can I found it. I was just trying to show you guys Zach. Now I do have some cards in here that I do really, really like, and I did consider breaking my own rule to sleeve them. Like Cloud, right here, for instance. I think this is a really nice card. It's only worth about $7 or $8, so we ended up just putting it here and figuring that that would be enough. Squall, up here. Squall is my favorite Final Fantasy character. Again, it's worth $7 or $8. Thought about putting it in a top loader, decided against it. Because what are we if we don't have rules? And Ultimisha, one of the original goth muscle mummies. I mean, she's not that muscular. Maybe she's just a goth mummy. But considered it, again, didn't. So what's that mean? What do we have left? We are left with 6 cards that made it to top loaders. Now, why did we put cards in top loaders? Anything worth more than $10 went into a top loader, and I'll have these pop up on screen as I'm showing them, but we'll show them on the screen, on the little tiny camera as well, as some sort of proof that I have them and I'm not some sort of charlatan. So, first up, we have Cypher. Cypher, again, Final Fantasy VIII is my... Oh, these are hard to show. That's right, they're popping up on screen. So Cypher is one of my favorite characters. I am such a Final Fantasy VIII mark, and to be honest, it's the reason that we grab this set because A, we had the signature Sephiroth that we were hunting. Love Sephiroth. He's my guy. But also there were a lot of Final Fantasy 8 and a lot of Final Fantasy 10 characters, and Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 10 are my weak spots. Now, we also have a second cipher. Now, this one, I haven't attributed this in any of our calculations, but this one, because it is foil, should be worth 20% more. We did get Sephiroth. Now, it wasn't the full art Sephiroth, which would have been worth a lot more than this. It also wasn't the signature Sephiroth. So, it's the chase, kinda. We also got what I think is the prettiest card in the set that I've seen. I really think that this Titus card is just absolutely gorgeous. I don't know why. It just makes my brain go, ooh, art. Then we had our first full art pool, Jill Nabat from where's she from? Like 13. It says Psycom, so I don't know. That was a terrible game. That was a terrible game. Jill Nabat. And then our biggest card that we pulled was full art shiny Carrillo. So again, both of our full arts, the prices on there are just going to be for the full art, but you would imagine that these would get 20% more because they are the holo variants. Okay, so what did the packs look like? 36 packs, we tracked every single pack, we tracked every single hit, and we've got the figures. So a pack cost us the whole box cost us 140 USD, which means a pack cost us $3.89 USD. So how many of those packs were winners? How many were losers? We've got that information. 21 of the packs were worth under $4. That's 58.3% of the packs were worth less than what we paid for them. So if you're pulling single packs, 60% of the time, you are probably going to lose money based off this very small sample size. Now, 7 of the cards were between $4 and $9.99, which is 19.4%. So 19.4% of the packs were break even, a few extra bucks, kind of nice, like, oh, okay, I feel good about this pack. 8 of the packs, or 22.2%, so more than the 4 to 9.99, were $10 and above. And $10 and above was where the real excitement was for me. $10 and above was where I got pretty fucking hype about things. So what that means is, I don't know what that means. I have no idea what that means. That's just information. That's information for you. Do with that what you will. I don't know. I mean, I guess what it means is that there were 8 packs where most of the value came from out of a box, So if you are looking at Final Fantasy to make money, this was a very good box because we got some very good pulls that you saw, but they came from 8 packs. Everything else was from okay to terrible, which is the vast percentage. Vast majority? Percentage. Okay, so this is something that I think is really cool. This is a heat map, okay? So the way we pulled the packs and numbered the packs was left, middle, right, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So you can see that this pack here was the top left, second left, third left, fourth left, as you go. Easy, right? So what we can see from here was the pack distribution. Now, I'm not saying that this is going to be the pack distribution for every Final Fantasy box, but that being said, to ensure fairness and to ensure that if you buy a case, you do get every full art card, there is a distribution key that they use when loading up these boxes. I don't know if that means the packs get loaded in the same way. I don't know how that works, but there is some consistency with Final Fantasy trading card game boxes. So what we can see here is box 7 was our first hit. Box 8 was fine, it was okay. But here, sorry, not box, sorry, not box pack, but pack 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, all bangers, all from the middle of the box. So you can actually see, think about it this way, there's 36 packs. So there's, there's 3 groups of 12. So you can probably see what I'm getting at right here, but let's get the figures and let's do the math. So those numbers, our first 12 packs, pack 1 to pack 12, had an average of $3.49 per pack. We are losing money in the first 12. Straight up losing money. If it wasn't for one $12 pack, that number would be considerably worse. Our per pack dollar amount for the last 12, $4.02. We're making 12 cents. Our per pack amount for the middle 12, for pack 13 to pack 24, was $14.80. $14.80, let's do the math right now. $14.80 divided by 389 is nearly a 4x return. So, am I saying that if you are buying singles for the Final Fantasy trading card game, you should grab them from the middle of the box? Yes, that is exactly what I'm saying. You should 1000% do that. Okay, who likes a graph? I love a graph. So, let's take the graph away for 1 second. Time to reveal the numbers. The box cost us $140 USD. We ended up from this box making a total of $267.75. Now keep in mind, only 6 cards worth over $10. A lot of that money is made up in bulk. Can you sell that bulk? Very questionable. But it would be unfair not to count it. So, $140 investment, $267.75 return. Now, what does that look like? Let's nerd the shit out. As you can see from our graph here, we start at -40. By pack 6, still well and truly in the negative. Pack 12, still well and truly in the negative. Pack 18, our halfway point, still haven't broken even. So we were not trending in the right direction. But then by pack 24, you can see we have this huge jump here between 23 and 24. That's our $80 jump there. $80 jump. Ridiculous. Oh, not $80 jump, sorry. $60 jump, which lets us to plus $80. Then it's a slow, gradual grind out to plus $127.75. And then a massive drop. I'm not going to show you what the number has dropped to, but that massive drop is because I have purchased something for the next video already, because, like I said, this ticks my collecting box and this ticks my gambling box. So, final thoughts, final conclusions. The problem with my final thoughts is that they're going to be biased. As you can see here, our first attempt at this, we made an ROI of 91.25% in the space of a month, which is pretty good. We made a profit of $127.25 USD, which is pretty good. This is the problem when rating something. I have the same problem when I review board games and rate board games. If I win, they're much more fun. And this is definitely considered a win. So right now, yeah, I think collecting cards is totally worth it. But that being said, I just made a huge investment significantly more than we got from our win. And I just did it because, like, I thought I saw a bargain and clicked. And I don't know if I have gotten a bargain yet or not. I just don't know, but we'll know in 24 packs time. We will know. Yeah, that was Final Fantasy trading card game Hidden Hope. Do you like this sort of breakdown? Does this sort of add some clarity? Am I adding something to the space? Am I adding nothing at all? Am I the only one who finds this shit entertaining? You tell me. Until next time, goodbye.